Hola clase, today's lesson will be on perfect tenses or los tiempos perfectos. In order to form the perfect tense, you must add the past participle to haber. So it is made by taking a form of haber and adding past participle to have, which means to have done something. An example of this is I have run, meaning yo he corrido. You form the past participle by verbs with AR endings changing the ending to ado, and for verbs with ER, IR endings changing the end to ido. 3 examples include dar going to dado, ser going to sido, and ir going to ido. You must make sure that you include an accent on the I in ido if the verbs ending in ER and IR have a vowel in front of the ER and IR. An example of this is with leer, changing it to leido, or oír, changing it to oído. There are tons of irregular verbs which you must memorize. Abrir, cubrir, decir, escribir, hacer, morir, poner, resolver, romper, ver, and volver are a few of these examples. And what they change to is depicted above. So what is the present perfect, el presente perfecto tense? First, you must conjugate haber depending on the tense, a, as, a, hemos, an, and add a past participle. An example of this is I have eaten, which means he comido. For the past perfect tense, you conjugate haber with the form había, habías, había, habíamos, or habían, and add a past participle. An example of this is I had drinking, which means yo había bebido. For present perfect tense, for the present perfect subjunctive tense, you must conjugate haber in the form hayas, hayas, haya, hayamos, hayan, and add a past participle to this. An example is I'm happy you've drinking, which changed to me alegro que hayas bebido. For the past perfect subjunctive, you must conjugate a form of haber, including hubiera, hubieras, hubiero, hubiéramos, or hubieran, and add the past participle. An example is I was glad that you had drinking, which means estaba alegre que hubieras bebido. What is the future perfect? First you must conjugate a form of haber, including habré, habrás, habrá, habremos, habrán, and add a past participle. An example of this is I will have eaten before 2 o'clock, meaning habré comido antes de las 2. What is the conditional perfect? To form this, you must conjugate haber first in the form habría, habrías, habría, habríamos, habrían, then add a past participle. An example of this is I would have drinking, meaning habría bebido. So overall rules include you can't put any words between haber and the past participle. For example, I've never seen that. You have to say nunca he visto eso. Pronouns go in front of haber or attached as an infinitive. So an example of this is I've already drinking it. You must put the lo before the he bebido. So yo lo he bebido. Practica. 1, I've seen it and want to put it. 2, you would have gone. 3, one will have been present. Respuestas. Adios.